We bought BushWillows 12 years ago, 1998, and we started gardening and changing it. It was a horse ranch, so there was nothing here. It was just sand and dirt, and we started creating. And from the fish ponds to the flower beds to the pathways, the fountains, waterfalls, meditation gardens. Slowly but surely over the years we've added to the garden. We now have 140 fruit trees. We have organic vegetable gardens, and we also have about 160 roses. And then everything else, a nice mixture. We're changing to some succulents now for the drier weather. Aloes and succulents. Steve joined me 5 years ago, and he got involved in upgrading the buildings. He started making them energy efficient and making them sort of working them for this set purpose of the workshops and the healing sessions and drumming circles and lectures and things we have going on here on a New Age spiritual basis. It was designed by Thomas Church, who's he's deceased now, but he was a very well-known landscape architect. And it was on an estate in San Marino, and we managed to get that. And Huntington Gardens wanted it, Descanso Gardens wanted it, and everybody thought if they moved it, it would just crumble. So the chap that I bought this house from actually assisted and brought it across for me. Well, we're African, so it's bush to the bush and safaris. And I planted 11 willow trees on the property. So we put 11 willow trees on just on this half acre.
Willow trees.
Now we have lost one or two of them to winds because there's rock. This whole property is on rock. Now initially the pathways were just mulch, but I'd come out to garden and there were more weeds in the mulch in the pathways. It would take me forever to clear those before I started on the flower beds. So we decided to put the slash dough. I don't really like adding concrete to the ground, but it was easier for us to do this. Spring is beautiful, but year-round. These trumpets, this is our main trumpet in all the photographs, the trumpet with the fountain. It hangs way down. So this is a pink trumpet, and this is a yellow one, that's a white one, and the next one's reddy orange color. Summer they're all in full bloom all the time. We have workshops here, and once people are here, they don't want to leave. Sometimes the workshop finishes at 5, and at 7 they're still sitting around. Almost looks like a bit of a hydrangea. That's the original house on the property, the guest house, owned by Homer Hansen. And it was built in 1904, before they kept records of houses and building. Yeah, so Steve did a full renovation here. Just updating things and double glazed windows. This thing's an old cottage. This guest house does not have foundations. It's just sitting on rock. But if there's an earthquake, it doesn't move. Top. 48 lights down the center, each made up of 85 different flower and gem essences. Chromotherapy is healing with color. You can heal all sorts of things like arthritis. You can heal with green light or orange light. Gout is orange light. The prices vary here depending on things. We don't charge much. We haven't for 2 years. And it just depends what people are holding here. 10% of what they take, or $5. Something small, and we charge for the accommodations, but again that varies on who's coming and what they're doing. But we're providing a platform for people to come here and gather here, feel safe with each other, be able to talk about anything spiritual or the Galactic Federation, and they get to meet each other as well, so there's a lot of networking that goes on here, and that's wonderful to see. When this past weekend, 2 people from complete opposite ends of the country spent hours talking together, and it's so lovely to see that. This is a fairy house, one of the fairies. Don't knock it over, please. It's a small room, but we had one lady in here this weekend, so it was ample for her. And it's so peaceful here. We do get mountain lions, bobcats, coyotes, all sorts of ground squirrels and other squirrels, and rabbits, a lot of rabbits. Now each year we get some trees from the tree people, the city of LA. They give away free trees. The people should really get involved in that. And we just keep getting trees and adding them wherever we've got a spare spot. And then the fruit we get, we share. We share the fruit with different kitchens. There's a woman behind us, a neighbor, who collects for a homeless shelter, and she collects every Monday, and we gather fruit and share it with her. So if you've got land, you should be doing that. And the trees are free. And this side we have about 6 or 7 trees straight ahead here. We grow a lot of tropical fruits too. We're growing potatoes and onions and lots of tomatoes, cauliflower and broccoli, lots of strawberries, salad stuff. So this is the little pepper tree cottage.
Those are the beehives.
Over the years I added soil, I added greenery as our grass cuttings and things, and it kept adding soil, so we built it up a bit. And eventually I was able to put my fence where it belongs. And then we cut this bush up, and we found some art in there. And we bought a laminated sheet that showed symbols, and those are the exact symbols on the sheet of the sun and water and houses. You know, little teepees. This whole area must have been where the Indians were traveling through, and then found this alcove and stopped to the west here. Most of the accommodations, most of the buildings were run down. There were 7 buildings on the property, but they were pretty dilapidated, and there was no garden, of course. And I'm, being a gardener, just wanted the land. So the 3 acres were magical for me, and family thought I was crazy taking this task on, but I really got stuck into it and created the gardens. And then Steve joined me 5 years ago and started fixing up the buildings and you know, just doing the double glaze, making them more greener. We've had silent meditation retreats, and everybody decorates it how they want it. We just provide the basics and they change it up how they want it. So we managed to put it together, and we both were on a spiritual path by ourselves, so we combined that and then started introducing people, inviting people to come and do their talks and lectures here. Don't break it, please.
No.
You're on camera now. Behave yourself.
See, they're so tiny, and yet they got fruit on, lots of fruit on.
We've started collecting rainwater. We've had some lovely rains this year. And we have our first avocado. We've got 4 trees now, but this is our very first one, so we're very excited about that. And it's grown tremendously, and we get all sorts of people coming, whether it's channelers or healers or lecturers, a nice wide range. These are roses. We have 160 rose bushes, and at the moment it looks a bit weedy because there are California poppies amongst them, and the Mexican evening primroses and sweet peas. So I won't let anybody assist with weeding. We're just leaving it as is because it's extremely colourful. We're very fortunate. We don't have to go anywhere, and those people are coming to us. We find we are being introduced to more and more family, we call them, because they're so much, you know, they're like-minded, and you can talk about anything and feel safe, and they get inspired by being in the garden. They go away from here wanting to create something of their own like this, which we encourage, and we offer to help with the gardens, with their gardens, and whatever they need. So we're enjoying what we're doing. We're right where we need to be right now.